184. Markandeya continued, "Do he again hear from me the glory of the Brahmanas? It is said that a royal sage of the name of Vainya was once engaged in performing the horse sacrifice, and that Atri desired to go to him for alms. But Atri subsequently gave up his desire of wealth from religious scruples. After much thought, he of great power became desirous of living in the woods, and calling his wife and sons together, addressed them thus: Let us attain the highly tranquil and complete fruition of our desires. May it therefore be agreeable to you to repair quickly to the forest for a life of great merit." His wife, arguing from motives of virtue also, then said to him, "Hie thee to the illustrious Prince Vainya, and beg of him vast riches. Asked by thee, that royal sage, engaged in sacrifice, will give thee wealth. Having gone there, O regenerate Rishi, and received from him vast wealth, thou canst distribute it among thy sons and servants, and then thou canst go whithersoever thou pleasest. This indeed is the highest virtue, as instanced by men conversant with religion." Atri replied, "I am informed, O virtuous one, by the high-souled Gautama, that Vainya is a pious prince, devoted to the cause of truth. But there are Brahmanas about his persons who are jealous of me, and as Gautama hath told me this, I do not venture to go there, for while there, if I were to advise what is good and calculated to secure pity and the fulfillment of one's desires, they would contradict me with words unproductive of any good. But I approve of any counsel and will go there. Vainya will give me kine and hordes of riches." Markandeya continued, "So saying, he of great ascetic merit hastened to Vainya's sacrifice, and reaching the sacrificial altar and making his obeisance to the king, and praising him with well-meaning speeches, he spoke these words: Blessed art thou, O king, ruling over the earth. Thou art the foremost of sovereigns. The Munis praise thee, and besides thee, there is none so versed in religious lore. To him the Rishi Gautama of great ascetic merit then indignantly replied, saying, Atri, do not repeat this nonsense. It seems thou art not in thy proper senses. In this world of ours, Mahendra, the Lord of all created beings alone, is the foremost of all sovereigns. Then, O great prince, Atri said to Gautama, as Indra, the Lord of all creatures, ruleth over our destinies, so doth this king. Thou art mistaken. It is thou who hast lost thine senses from want of spiritual perception. Gautama replied, I know I am not mistaken. It is thou who art laboring under a misconception in this matter. To secure the king's countenance, thou art flattering him in this assembly of the people. Thou dost not know what the highest virtue is, nor dost thou feel the need for it. Thou art like a child steeped in ignorance. For what then hast thou become so old in years? Markandeya continued. While those two men were thus disputing in the presence of the Munis, who were engaged in Vainya's sacrifice, the latter inquired, What is the matter with them that maketh them talk so vociferously? Then the very pious Kashyapa, learned in all religious lore, approaching the disputants, asked them what was the matter, and then Gautama, addressing that assembly of great Munis, said, Listen, O great Brahmanas, to the point in dispute between us. Atri hath said that Vainya is the ruler of our destinies. Great is our doubt on this point. Markandeya continued. On hearing this, the great mind Munis went instantly to Sanat Kumara, who was well versed in religion, to clear their doubt. And then he, of great ascetic merit, having heard the particulars from them, addressed them these words full of religious meaning. And Sanat Kumara said, As fire assisted by the wind burneth down forests, so her Brahmana's energy in union with the Kshatriyas Our Kshatriyas, joined with the Brahmanas, destroyeth all enemies. The sovereign is the distinguished giver of laws and the protector of his subjects. He is a protector of created beings like Indra, a propounder of morals like Sukra, a counselor like Rihaspati, and hence he is also called the ruler of men's destinies. Who does not think it proper to worship the individual of whom such terms as preserver of created beings, royal, emperor, Kshatriya, or savior of the earth, lord of earth, ruler of men are applied in praise. The king is also styled the prime cause of social order as being the promulgator of laws, the virtuous in wars and therefore preserver of peace, the watchman, the contented, the Lord, the guide to salvation, the easily victorious, the Vishnu-like of effective wrath, the winner of battles, and the cherisher of the true religion. The rishis, fearful of sin, entrusted the temporal power to the Kshatriyas. As among the gods in heaven, the sun dispels darkness by his own effulgence, so doth the king completely root out sin from this earth. Therefore is the king's greatness reduced from the evidences of the sacred books, and we are bound to pronounce for that side which hath spoken in favor of the king. Markandeya continued, then that illustrious prince, highly pleased with the victorious party, joyfully said to Atri, who had praised him erewhile, O regenerate Rishi, thou hast made and styled me the greatest and most excellent of men here, and compared me to the gods. Therefore shall I give thee vast and various sorts of wealth. My impression is that thou art omniscient. I give thee, O well-dressed and well adorned one, 100 millions of gold coins, and also 10 baras of gold, and Atri of high austere virtues and great spiritual powers, thus welcomed by the king, accepted all the gifts without any breach of propriety, and returned home, and then giving his wealth to his sons, and subduing himself, he cheerfully repaired to the forest, with the object of performing penances. Thus ended section 184 in the Markandeya-Samasya Parva of the Vana Parva.